And we're back with another video, and today I should probably just skip this video. I should not film, I should not upload this video, but if you're seeing it, I did it anyways because I'm going to stay committed to being honest, open, and transparent with you all, despite the fact that some days I might just be having a bad day. And that happens to some of us sometimes. Sometimes we just have bad days, and some of the things we feel, we think, maybe that changes the next day. But right now, I'm just feeling a little bit, I don't know, frustrated, I think is the word. There's probably a better word for the feeling. Apoplectic. Apoplectic. I'm not in a great mindset based on, one, I had to go to the doctors for my annual checkup, which is no fun, and get a vampire jammed me with a needle for blood, which, despite serving 4 years in the Air Force and giving more blood than I could ever possibly imagine, never going to enjoy that episode. And then I get to get on my phone and see that Dodge is doing it again. Dodge is doing it again, everybody. They're doing it again, and it doesn't matter that for the last year it has been, and I'm going to say that bad word, it has been a complete shit show with the last call models. And we all expected, at least I expected this, and a lot of you did expect that 2023 would be a shit show with the last call models and the horsepower locator, where at the beginning the horsepower locator showed some promise that we would have some control and power in our hands. It turned into that the horsepower locator would have been fine had they just allocated fairly, but since they allocated to the top dealerships the majority of the cars, they allowed dealers to trap us with markups. It turned out, many of the most unscrupulous dealers were able to get their hands on the largest supply of last call cars and just nail us with the worst possible markups, taking away allocations, as I shared in one of my last videos, from the smaller and in many cases more reputable mom and pop franchises where ethics really did reign supreme and were decades, if not generations, of owners of these smaller dealerships just had a belief system, an ethos that they would not rip their customers off because they planned to be in business in next generations of those families. But instead, the big giant dealers, the big giant corporation owned dealers got the majority of the allocations, trapping these cars with the most unscrupulous and greedy, answering to a finance team and answering to the board of directors on profit and losses, and being able to just nail the daylights out of all of us for big markups. Now, I never paid one, never to this day, but I did the math, and let me just make sure I got this math. I think I rounded up a little bit, but I spent, since I got into the Hemi, since my first RT I got like 5 years ago, 6 years ago or so, I have bought, I think I'm on my 9th car, and I've spent almost $600,000. I think it comes at 570 something thousand dollars on Dodge cars, on Challengers and Chargers. That's a lot of money. That is an Aventador SVJ. That is a pretty ridiculous luxury or exotic car. It's a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. I've spent a lot of money. Now, certainly one came in, one went out, and then recently one came in and nobody went out, so I still have my Swinger that I paid MSRP for, and it's worth a lot less now, which I'm glad, because they shouldn't be going up in value. And my Demon, who's sitting in my garage, who people are still paying way too much for those cars, but it is, that one's going to do what it's going to do. But nonetheless, I've spent that kind of money only to find myself getting more and more jaded and more frustrated with the decisions Dodge makes. And this one is the new Alchemy, the Dodge Durango SRT 392 that is coming out. Let me just read you about this thing, and I'll get to the punchline real quick here. So this will be the first of the last call special editions. We're doing it again, folks. 392 model. The Dodge is renaming the Durango SRT 392 Alchemy for 2024. Despite what the Alchemy might suggest, the special edition won't be an ethanol-powered beast. and will instead be powered by the same 475 horsepower, 6.4 liter Hemi V8, which the rest of the 392s have. The exterior of the Alchemy model distinguishes itself with a series of visual alterations, with satin black forged SRT wheels, Brembo brakes, yellow calipers, black badges, black exhaust tips, and some honeycomb texture exterior stripes, stickers, yellow borders to further differentiate the model and nail you guys for huge markups. And it features yellow and silver stitching, forged carbon accents, 392 logos on the seat backs, and there's going to be 1,000 units and 200 with a planned 250 in each of the 4 exterior paint colors, which is diamond black, which is a sparkly black, destroyer gray, vapor gray, and white knuckle. Just as with the Challenger and Charger last call models, buyers will use here's the punchline, the horsepower locator starting in late February, and production of the Durango 392 will begin in April, with vehicles to begin arriving at select dealerships, another punchline there, starting in May. It will carry a $3,595 premium over the Durango SRT 392 premium model, bringing the total cost to $91,390. Let me explain to you how many other cars you can get for that much money. Now, I know you might talk trash about my wife's Land Rover Defender, but that is an amazing car. And as long as it's under warranty, it is incredible. I'm talking about everything from the interior to the exterior to the way it drives to the power, the supercharger. It is ridiculous, and it's like $90,000, $85,000, $90,000. They're charging these expensive luxury SUV prices for a Durango 392. That was Durango Hellcat money in 2021. So this is just, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, and Dodge and Tim, you guys can email me and get mad at me, but I'm just going to tell you, this is just, I think we're over it. We're exhausted with the whole last call, sticker cars, and select dealers, horsepower locator, fleece the general public, grind us out of markups. I'm thinking we're done, and I'm making this video to plead to everyone out there who's going, oh my God, I gotta have it, who you're lining up thinking you're gonna get a last call. Right now, the last call Challengers and Chargers are depreciating as fast as a Maserati, which is the most depreciating car on the planet. These things are not holding their value like you think they are, because there's too many for sale right now, and too many coming back on the market used, and many more will be coming back on the market used. So that last call badge did not do anything. Right now, theoretically, I should be able to sell this thing for what I paid. Should have held its value, even with my miles on it. Today, I would be lucky to get, I mean, I don't know, I'm thinking, I'm not even going to say, you tell me, because I'm going to say, you know, if I paid 66 grand, which I definitely paid more than I should have based on what the market's doing right now. If I got out of this thing at retail 60 grand, I'd be dancing, but wholesale, it's probably down into the 50s. So that is the way cars are supposed to behave. They're not supposed to go up in value. And a badge and stickers didn't change anything. But Brad, it's going to be the last Durango ever. It's going to have a Hemi. It's going to be called the Alchemy, and there's probably going to be all these cool things about it. And I gotta get it. Go check with the 2021 Durango Hellcat owners and see how they feel right now. See how they feel when they were told that they were going to be the last ones to ever have that car, last chance to ever get it. They were never going to get it before. They didn't even get a badge underneath the hood. And then boom, a couple years later, and now 2 more years of the Hellcat. Durango, it's just, they don't have a collector's item. They don't. I mean, maybe 40 years from now, but it's just not there. So it literally makes me sit here and think, man, I should just pop my demon up there on eBay and take the huge payday. I should just do that, because they're probably going to come out with something else in 6-8 months and tell us that we're just kidding, the V8's going to be in. Like I shared in my last video, maybe they sell Dodge to somebody else, and that somebody else says, hey man, since we still have these Hemis, since we're still building Hemis, since we're still going to be selling Hemis as crate motors, why don't we just go ahead and bring them back in the new body style? I mean, that could happen. They could come out with a Demon Durango. They could do that. They could come back with that another year. They could extend the 392 Durango another year. There's so many. We have to understand that even in the disclosure that we get when you buy a Demon, the Demon disclosure, one of the paragraphs state in that disclosure that they have the right to roll out that car again, same or similar car again. It says it in there, and I'll try to find it and put it up on the screen so you can see, because of what happened with the Durango Hellcat. So I will just admonish everyone here that please do not jump on this Durango bandwagon and think that you've got to have this thing and you're going to now go pay $120,000, $130,000. Right now you can get Durango Hellcats. There's so many of them. There's a lot more of them out there for sale. Brand new 2023s sitting out there on lots that you can probably get for right around that price. And at least you've got a Hellcat Durango, and it's going to be a lot of fun to own. So be careful with this whole pitch. It's just more of the same, more sticker cars, more. And by the way, I love my sticker car, but I love my sticker car whether it came with stickers or not. I love that it was sublime green and they brought that color back. I love that it's a shaker. I love that it's a 6-speed manual. I love that I got my hood pins put on it. I love the wheel color on this thing. I love the green stitching. There's a lot of really cool things about these, quote, sticker cars, but they're not worth all the extra money in my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion. So with that, everybody, I had to share this video with you because, man, it just feels like they're doing it again. And I feel like sometimes I just get on here and I just complain, and some of you comment nasty about me complaining, but I just feel like I'm just trying to save you money. I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to reach out to you before you see this thing and jump up out of your couch and go pull out your 401k money and empty it out on this car thinking that you're going to get rich off of it, because you're not. I don't care what they do with that Durango. I would not pay that money. And I think we've all learned our lesson based on the amount of supply of charges and challenges that are piling up right now, Durangos that are piling up right now, all the Dodge products that are piling up right now, that there is no reason for you to go and overpay for one of these cars. And certainly don't jump on this bandwagon. If you get one and you get it for sticker or less than sticker, ideally, awesome, cool, but expect that it's going to depreciate just as rapidly as it should and always have before the supply chain issues and before COVID and all that fun stuff. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you think about this new Alchemy Dodge Durango, and if you think this thing's going to be worth $91,000, and if you're going to go jump and get in line to overpay for it. Let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.